I'm sure we all remember Eisendrache being one of the best zombies maps in Black Ops 3. It checks all the boxes: gameplay, Easter egg, and story. Today we're going to touch on those and discuss 10 reasons why Eisendrache was flawless. Beginning with gameplay, Eisendrache has one of the best map layouts we've ever seen. Everything is either kind of stacked on top of each other or just not too far of a run. My favorite thing is that wherever you are on the map, you're never too far away from the next place you need to be. It just feels like everything is so perfectly spaced out. To add on to that, traversing the map as a whole is fairly smooth. There's always wonder spheres that can take you totally across the map if needed. And an underrated part of the map is that there's not that many buyable doors. There's only 4 that you need to open if you want to turn on the power, and then once you have that, it's just a few more to get where you need to go. Something I can't wait too long for to mention are the elemental bows. The Fire, Void, Wolf, and Storm bow are some of the most fun wonder weapons to use. I don't know about you, but I prefer to use these super cool, unrealistic magic items in zombies games because I think they're just way cooler. And also, anytime a map has 4 separate wonder weapons that can be built, it always adds to the replayability because there's just more options to do in a specific game. Now, to get these bows, you first have to fill up 3 dragons. This is almost always the first step for anyone on DE, and it might seem like it could get repetitive if you do this every game, but it really doesn't. That's probably because you're essentially just killing zombies. No RNG, no waiting around for an insanely long time. Just kill 8 zombies at each dragon and boom, wonder weapon. Another quality of life thing is that Pack-a-Punch is easy to get. You only have to interact with 2 of the Pack-a-Punch locations in order for it to be turned on. I've personally always liked maps that Pack-a-Punch is a pretty easy access because it just makes things simpler and easy to understand. Plus, you don't have to look up a guide to Pack-a-Punch, unlike some maps. Going along with not looking up guides is that the map is for casuals and hardcore, meaning you could play how you want. Now, I guess you could say this about every map, but just put yourself in this scenario. You know nothing about this map. You're playing it for the first time, you didn't look up a guide, but you have played some prior zombies maps before. In this scenario, you could probably get all the perks you want, Pack-a-Punch some guns, and have a regular Wrath of the Ancients bow. That's a pretty good experience. But then if you want to dive deeper, there's more to do. Upgrading the bows, Easter egg, or side quests. A bunch of the Black Ops 3 maps just force you to play a certain way that may or may not involve looking up guides and playing more quote-unquote hardcore. Now, I really like the Ragnarok DG4. Personally, I think it's one of the cooler specialist weapons. The normal attack is really good and pretty cool, but my favorite attack is when you just place it down and it makes this huge force field of electricity or whatever you want to call it, and you and your friends can just go stand in it for a few seconds and every zombie around you gets absolutely melted. The main thing I like about the Easter egg, though, is that there's very little RNG involved. Notice how I said very little because of the wisp step, but even that's not really RNG. It just takes longer if you get unlucky. But once you complete the steps, you're put into a boss fight, and it's very fun. Probably not the best boss fight we've ever gotten, but it's not like a horrible fight that's gonna bore you out of your mind in 5 minutes. And then once you complete the boss fight, the ending of the map is one of the best we've ever got. It ends with rockets being set off to go destroy the moon. I don't know why, but it always just gives me chills every time I hear the quote, "Just stop nothing." It just brings back memories of the good old days of zombies. And then obviously the ending cutscene is pretty cool too, where the 2 Dempseys get to have their moment together. Another thing that sets this map apart from the rest is that everything is either great or good. Other maps might have a super bad feature that damages its status, but not this one. Thank you guys for watching. You're now required to watch another video.